Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to talk a little more about music notation. We already mentioned the staff, which is the name for the 5 horizontal lines. Now let's see how notes look like and what their time value is, meaning how long or how short they last in time. There are different kinds of notes, each of a definite, precise time value. The whole note is one of the longest notes. It is represented by an empty circle. If we cut the whole note in half, we have the half note, which looks like an empty circle with a stem. The quarter note is a black circle with a stem. The eighth note looks like a black circle with a stem and a flag. And the 16th note is a black circle with a stem and two flags. Let's look at the staff below. Do you notice the vertical bars? They set the end and the beginning of measures. In this example, we notice the G clef at the beginning of the staff, followed by the letter C. The letter C is another way of saying that there are 4 quarter notes in a measure, or as a musician would say, the measure of 4/4. Music happens in time. To be able to measure time more precisely, our ancestors invented the vertical bars, which divide the staff into measures. Each measure contains a certain number of beats. The number of beats, or the time signature, is usually marked at the beginning of each piece of music, therefore the letter C. Let's look at the first measure, which shows a whole note. If we were to play it, it would be as long as 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second measure has 2 half notes. They are twice as short, but together they do fill up the space of one whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third measure has 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth measure is a little bit different. The notes are faster than the beat, so we have to play 2 notes per beat. And finally, the last measure, the 16th notes, are twice as fast as the 8th notes. So there are 4 16th notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you noticed that each subdivision is exactly twice as fast as the one before? That makes it so much easier to understand how long or how short a note should be. A good illustration is taking a whole apple and cut it in 2. Then we have the halves. If we cut the halves in 2, we have quarters. If we cut the quarters in 2, we have eighths, and so on. When we put the apple slices together, they will make a whole, unless you have eaten some of the slices. We already know that music is made out of sounds, and sounds are represented on paper by notes. What we sometimes ignore about music is the silence. That's right, silence is part of the music. Without silence, we would get very tired of sounds, and it would all sound busy. Silence is represented on paper by rests. Let's take a look at how rests look like. Here is the whole rest and the whole note below. The half rest and the half note, the quarter rest and quarter note, the 8th rest and the 8th note, and the 16th rest with the 16th note. Below we have a subdivision of the notes and a subdivision of the rests. Remember, a rest is as important as a note. Never overlook a rest but count it accurately. Well, that's all for today. Take care and see you soon.